welcome to round 2 of the Field of Glory 2 Medieval First Blood Tournament. In this match against Quaestar, I have French versus German Imperial. Quaestar is a solid Division A player. I did beat him the last time we faced off, but I had terrain in my favor, and this is a mirror match, so it'll be a different story. So, for force composition, we're going to do something a little weird and probably dumb, but I'm only getting one additional knight. Now, the French list is all about the knights, so why would I do this? Well, one thing is this terrain. The stream is not disordering, but it is also not open, which means no knightly lancers POA can happen to a unit fighting in or charging into the stream. So, combined with the hills on either side, it's going to be a bit shooty. Unfortunately, the German list is much shootier than the French list. Crossbowmen, same number as me, great. Light archers and light crossbowmen, same number of lights I have, great. However, also 4 units of raw crossbowmen and 2 units of master archers, and that's missile superiority right there. The dismounted knights and sergeants are going to be a big problem too. But I'm just hoping to swamp him by sheer numbers. Of course, looking at this now, I start to wonder, is it worth bringing these raw guys? Maybe I'll walk it back a little bit. Look at that, 73, isn't that nice? Do I leave 14 points on the table? Could get 1 unit of mediums at least. So very annoying. You know what? This is the sort of thing I normally cut out. Okay, we figured it out. Dropped one of our average spearmen so we could grab 2 units of raw spearmen. So looking at the German list, there's a lot to be afraid of, and I think this is going to be a match where it's going to be more about trying to win more as the Germans and trying to actually believe we can win both matches. Along with missile superiority, has good infantry. Sure, your standard defensive spearmen and rebows and all that, but also offensive spearmen, which are at 100 POA against charging defensive spearmen. 1 more unit of Low Countries deep spearmen than I can get. Dismounted knights and sergeants. Now, they're very spendy, but they're heavy weapons, so up 100 POA against charging defensive spearmen. Superior, so 50 against average units in general. They're heavily armored, so these guys are tanks. The same non-knightly options as we have, but also cheap city knights. They can't stand up to regular knights, but they can do just fine against infantry. So, we'll see what he goes with. Alright, let's see that force comp and deployment. Or let's totally not see it because of the sightlines. Cool. Very cool. Who can get up and see something? Aha. Interesting. Standard wagon to cover archers and crossbowmen, I assume. Yeah, I was afraid of the dismounted knights and sergeants. Okay. Well, let's slip across. We can always pull the lights back if we need to. Don't have any mediums on this side to seize that forest with, so hopefully he doesn't either. Still not entirely sure what we're doing here. It'll depend on what else is there. Won't really know until I push my lights forward a bit more. I really wish I had light cavalry to check things out, but I don't. Next turn. Okay, can we see a little more, please? Not really. Yeah, this whole situation with the sightlines is deeply annoying. I suppose I have to decide now then, do I want to cross over or stay where I'm at? I'll get shot at here, but it's not a situation I can't get out of. I move here, he moves here, I move here, he moves here, and I'm pressed up against this. I don't know exactly what else I'm facing. That's a really difficult part. If I knew what I was up against, I could decide more easily. Might be time to cut the recording and count some points. So with about 250 points not yet visible, I would prefer to wait to push across until I have a better idea of what's there. Granted, that might make it more difficult for me to push across, but I don't know if I want to blunder into a fight in the open yet. Next turn. Now, of course, there could be other skirmishers hiding in this wood. There's about 100 points of troops. There's still 100 points approximately hidden. Turn this unit to move down to confront this cavalry. And shift some knights down as well. Good. Now let's keep scouting. Okay, what have we got? There. That should be, there might be one unit in here, but that should be just about everyone now. Maybe 2 units, possible. I feel like I could work with this. Now, how aggressively do I want to work with this? That's a different question. Well, mounted crossbowmen can evade easily enough. Standard wagon does not concern me at all. I can kind of zone it with one unit and then leave it alone, try to work my way around it. I might be able to put pressure here. No need to be too hasty though. Let's start inching forward. and consider our options. 3 knights, 3 dismounted knights, 2 mounted crossbowmen, so soon I'll have 4 knights. Not so much firepower though. Might shift the sergeants over, try to get flank threats. Speaking of which, withdraw. Stretch out. There we go. Next turn. Okay, so just the archers. No big deal. Then, do we cross over? We do. What about the rest of the infantry? What are we dealing with here? Defensive spearmen. Just trundle across. We beat down slope, unfortunately, because we were dawdling out of caution. There's probably a lesson in that. But I think with the numbers, we might be able to pull something off anyway. This cheap unit will zone of control the standard wagon. Do we trundle into this forest? I mean, we can certainly try. Crossbowmen, yeah. Same thing I'm doing, I suppose. Okay, so we're going to try to attack here, hold here, and I guess fight on a line along the river there. Next turn. Well, that's a puzzle. Send our greetings, I suppose. Yes. That's annoying. That means we can't seize a forest unless we do a suicide charge. Where's your commander? All the way over there. Didn't think that through. Well, hope for best. Good. Well, everybody will be disordered here, so that's fine. Try to set up a flank and push forward. We at least have the light spear impact. That means I'll stand so that we can go in with our other unit. Does not work out. Engage here. And I move here. You could charge. We might have to get caught evading. We'll see how it works out. There. This whole situation is unfortunate. I don't know what I'm going to do. Interesting. They can't charge, so we don't take a cohesion check for falling back. Huh. Didn't know that. Let's get ready to cross over soon. Okay. Next turn. It's a little unfortunate. Okay, we held firm and successfully evaded at least. We're both in the rough. So if we're going to lose, we can lose more slowly. Slightly unfortunate. If we charge now, we won't get our lance effect. But that's okay. Keep moving. Good. Now the question is, do I want to pile on here, or they're raw, yeah, you know, why don't we just, oops, I should have moved here for the uphill, but at least that kind of threatens a flank. Set up a flank for next turn. It's uphill, I don't like that. Hold your ground. Well, I don't like it, but I suppose I have to do it. If I had a maneuverable unit, maybe I could have found some other way to do that. But instead, good. Combat strength modifier is slowly going to kick into our favor to make up for the hill. Now I could charge here. There's a chance that if I did, I would end up in this forest, but also I could end up somewhere completely awful. So probably shouldn't do that. Let's consider. That's fine. Maybe, nope, I was hoping to follow up into the crossbowman. What about you? Well, at least we're in charge range. Don't even bother shooting at the dismounted knights. try to just... Zone them in. Good. And forward. Here we can bother and threaten a charge if they come out. This situation with the masked archers is unfortunate. Yeah, I don't see much reason to engage in that fight. So, stay back for the moment. And you are going to have to help follow up here. We've got to threaten this so they can't turn around to threaten our flank and turn. Okay, so assuming nothing horrendous happens the next turn, we should be able to get a good flank in and take it from there. Next turn. Rather have made contact. Well, they can't attack, so I really don't care. Yeah, that's going to be painful, but if we lose, we should just fall back, and then they're zoned by the crossbows. Fortunate. Typical. Hello, little surprise. Well, let's get that frag in. How about we break them, though? No, I said how about we break them, though? Thank you. And follow up. Beautiful. Now, they held firm, that's annoying, but they are disrupted, so we can work with that. Go for a frag. No? Alright. Pile on. Yeah, if I recall correctly, this cannot attack. I guess we'll find out shortly if I'm wrong. So, zone them uphill, and prepare to join the fun. Engage the rock crossbowmen. Well, they're doomed. Nothing we can really do about it. Teutonic Order Knights are coming down. Let's cross over and prepare to join in. Now I could turn and fire, then he could charge, then I could flank. All starts getting very complicated. I don't know if I really care for getting charged here. Nope, shoot the knights instead. And in the meantime, oh, that's tempting. In the meantime, let's give these light crossbows a little shove. Now we're in charge range of the archers. This isn't even much, so we'll just get in. We're down a little bit for combat strength, but not a huge deal. Now this is slightly unfavorable, but good enough. Okay. Good. Now the question is, if I do this, will I pursue into the rear? Maybe, maybe not. Guess we'll find out during the next phase. Let's get a command on there, in fact. We'll get pushed off map, that's okay. And you are just gonna have to suffer, but life is suffering. Next turn. Good, we followed through on the pursuit. To a break, and now they held firm. Yeah, that wasn't going to be very pleasant. Hopefully we hold firm. Well spotted. Did not catch that myself. We'll be back. We'll be back. Oh, well done. Right, get that flank in. Pile in. Good. Now rush past. Oh, that was foolish, because what I should have done was that. Not the worst mistake I've ever made in this game, clearly. Break. Held firm, held firm. Let's prepare to push over. This is even. So, could try. Could just try charging. Let's do it. Threaten a flank. Zone them again, even though it's costing us. Just hold out here. If he wants to charge and get disordered, that's fine with me. This is unfortunate. I really don't want to get engaged and then flanked. Falling back is a huge risk too. Try to set up a flank here though. Okay, let's stay here and we'll see if we don't... Hopefully we don't get caught. I'd rather not just drop cohesion by falling back though. Oh yeah, these poor bastards. Guess they have to go get murdered. Just like that. Next turn. Bounce that again. Eventually we're going to start running out of men to do that. Okay, he's letting himself be disordered and flanked, for that matter. Although, disrupted us anyway, so we don't have a ton of time to mess around. It's blocking off the mounted crossbowman, I suppose. Yeah. That's gonna mess us up. Well, let's see here. Do I care about joining in here? I think I really do. Work your way past, wheel about, prepare to flank, and push forward. Do we join in? Is it worth it? Impact is bad because we're disordered. I hate to just sit here doing nothing, but let's wait till next turn. We might be able to frag them with impact and then push in. I suppose I'd rather have one unit blocked off temporarily, get these infantrymen around, and then we can figure out what to do about this. I could even consider setting up just a whole heap of missile troops to shoot at them. We'll see. Now, on the one hand, these guys are 21 points, so shooting at them seems like a waste. But on the other hand, it is rout percent, and they are the sort of troops who could disrupt from that kind of thing. Now, do we try to stabilize this situation so these mounted crossbowmen cannot pursue into our flank? Or do I get a flank in myself? I think I go for the flank myself. I was hoping for them to break and we'd follow through. No dice. Well, at least we've scored a disruption out of that. That's gonna happen then. If we hold firm at disrupted ourselves, should be okay. We do, so it's not horrible. Well, in the meantime, do we pile on? And they're out of range. Okay, get the flank in. Fragged, go for a break. Nope. Damn. That's nice, but good, we fall back. Now we block them in. Or better yet, no, we can't do that because of the zone. So block them in for the moment. lose one of these units, turn the Low Country Spearmen around and try to recover. If he wants to go for the crossbowmen, he can, but then we would just charge. So, a lead of 8. It's a fragile lead. Next turn, I hear a rally horn on one of his knights. That's unfortunate. As expected. Hold firm. Thank you. Exposing the flank. They should be able to take missile fire without huge difficulty. Good. Right. First off, zone in these knights. Prevent them from doing anything too irritating. That's annoying. Huh. Do we fight them off? Nope. So now we charge forward, take advantage of this, and accept the risk of getting flanked, or turn, sacrifice this unit anyway, and then probably get flanked anyway. Let's do the risky thing. Did not pay off. Pursue these archers. Get flanking. Go for the break. They hold firm. That's completely unsurprising. These are superior. Now we'll have to consider the possibility of actually trying to fight this unit. But first, go for a frag. Good. Now you have enough ammo so you can deal with them on your own. We can prepare to be extremely irritating. Try to fight this unit of sergeants with our lights so that we can spare the knights for the other side of the field, where things are going, I think, well. Oh yeah. You just need to hold out. Do we charge? I don't think so. If we do, he'll charge our disrupted crossbowmen, and that, while it would disorder him, it could also lead to a break. I don't really care for that idea. One dumb risky move was enough for this turn, right? Next turn, I hear a rally horn on those knights. Okay. And on those spearmen. How unfortunate. Hello. Okay. Alright, everyone's rallying this turn. Oh, my work's cut out for me then. Well, that was nice. It could have been considerably worse. Okay, well, I suppose I can complain a little bit less now. So he's gonna try to flank me here. The question is, if I charge here, will I follow up into the archers, or will I be giving up on my flanks here? Only one way to find out. Alright, fine, fine. Well, hopefully he can't break both units. Let's see if they break. They're fragged after all. Yep. Okay, then let's see here. Let's see. Go for impact. Bounce it. That's fine. Now we can turn and shoot. And if he charges, he'll be disordered, and we can charge them. So this is good too. They're disrupted. Even against disrupted knights, a frontal charge with infantry is generally a bad idea, but this stream is not open. Charging from not open into open ground counts as not open for the impact, which means the knightly lance impact capability does not come into play, only the troop quality, and they're disrupted anyway, so that kind of cancels it out. So we can charge here. Then, having done so, hit that flank, the automatic drop, hopefully infecting these raw crossbowmen with panic. No? Well, at least we get into melee with them. Good. Then what? We can cover the flank of these knights, or we can charge. Can't do both, unfortunately. Now, normally I would hate to spend a 74-point unit just covering a flank, but because things are going okay at the moment, I think I'm comfortable doing so. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we will cover, even if it is irritating. Next, you keep forward. We could hit these guys for a little bit of extra movement. I don't know where we'll end up, but hopefully somewhere not horrible. Break. Good. And prepare to harass. Good. Then what? Do we pile on? Or just ignore them as much as possible and push into the main battle? Well, we are winning, so why don't we just... Yeah. Pile on. Okay. Never mind, I guess. Bad idea. We will ignore them. Well, let's see if Questar gets any rallies this turn. If not, that's GG. And we got that GG, so it appears to be over. Let's see if anything happens in this phase. Alright. So, key terrain, this one little patch of rough, this really screwed up the dismounted knights, which are a great and expensive unit. The hill also helped me target knights over here, despite having troops in between. And the stream did help me in that one charge. Here, I just had the numbers. I did have to attack uphill, and that was kind of unfortunate, and that only happened because of my own caution. If I just gone ahead and crossed immediately, this would have gone a little better. On the bright side, maybe my slowness also meant that a wider engagement happened here. Not quite sure. But overall, I mean, it didn't really matter that it's down 25 POA because I had the numbers, I had the large units, and I had cavalry slipping around this edge. Otherwise, it's a pretty straightforward match. I'd say that this game, as the French, was considerably more difficult. Bad things are about to happen should this go on. I don't think I'm in any danger of losing the match at this point. Maybe crossing here was a mistake, and if Questar had simply held his ground here, I would have had trouble getting more momentum. Especially considering how good he was at trolling me with his standard wagon. I just could not get past this thing effectively. So this is round 2 of 5. So I will be matched against another player who has done equally well in the first 2 rounds. So I'm kind of intimidated. The reward for success is punishment, and even if I do well in round 3, well then there's round 4 and round 5. So the question is, can I maintain this performance for 3 more rounds? I kind of doubt it, but we'll find out. So a good game to Questar, as always, and till next time.